Hi people, it's me Anya. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today's video focuses on my most anticipated 2021 releases. So, the first book on this list is called All the Tides of Fate, written by Adalyn. For those who don't know, this is the sequel to All the Stars and Teeth, which was one of my favorite books last year. This book is a YA fantasy sequel conclusion to this duology, and I'm so excited. It comes out the 2nd of February, and I'm so excited. I have such high expectations because All the Stars and Teeth was absolutely so good. I had no idea what was going to happen in that story every step of the way. The setting, the plot, the characters were absolutely amazing, so I'm expecting All the Tides of Fate to be absolutely amazing as well. So I'm hoping this book will be so good. I don't really remember fully what happened in All the Stars and Teeth because I read All the Stars and Teeth at the beginning of last year, which honestly feels like it was ages ago. So it's been a minute, but at any rate, I am so excited. I love YA fantasy, if you didn't know, so I'm expecting this book to be everything that I want it to be and more. So yeah, the 2nd of February is when it's coming out. So, yay. The next book on this list is probably one that everybody is eagerly anticipating, and it's Lost in the Netherwoods, written by Aiden, whom, if you didn't know, wrote Cemetery Boys, which is so good, and it deserves all the hype that it receives. Anyway, Lost in the Netherwoods, I believe it's a queer YA retelling of Peter Pan. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it's also urban fantasy, contemporary fantasy, the same way that Cemetery Boys was. So I'm pretty sure it's not like fully fantasy. You know what I mean? Anyway, it comes out the 23rd of March. I don't know if I said that. And I'm so excited for it. As did everybody else. I really enjoyed Cemetery Boys. So I have really high expectations for this one. Cemetery Boys was absolutely so good. So it's hard to imagine that something can top Cemetery Boys. But if anybody can do it, it's Aiden, because they are so talented. Cemetery Boys was absolutely so good. So with that, I have really high expectations for Lost in the Netherwoods, which I'm sure everybody else does as well. So I hope to absolutely fall in love with this book the same way that I really loved Cemetery Boys. So with that, if you haven't read Cemetery Boys, please read it. Second of all, this book comes out the 23rd of March, so keep an eye out. The next book on this list is called The Accidental Apprentice, written by Amanda Foody. This story is a middle grade fantasy, and it's Amanda Foody's middle grade debut, and I'm so excited for it. It comes out the 30th of March, and I'm so excited for it. I know I just said that, but anyway, Amanda Foody, if you didn't know, is one of my favorite authors of all time. I love her Shadow Game trilogy. I love Daughter of Burning City, which was her debut book, so I'm so excited for this one. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely amazing. I love it when authors of YA debut with a middle grade book, because I just love it when authors of like a previous audience or a previous genre try out something new. You know what I mean? So I'm so excited to be introduced to these characters, to be introduced to this new world. It's been a minute since I've read something new by her, because the last book I read by her was Queen of Vault, and as you guys know, that was a sequel. So I am so excited for this book. I have such high expectations. Amanda Foody is such a talented, wonderful author, so I have such high expectations for her book, for the story. I think it's the first in a new series as well, so I'm sure it will be absolutely amazing. So yeah. The next book on this list is called Urusha and the City of Gold. This book is a middle grade fantasy conclusion to the Urusha Quartet, and I am so excited for this. Book 3 of this series was one of my most anticipated 2020 releases, so it makes sense that this book is one of my most anticipated 2021 releases. Anyway, like I said, it's the conclusion to this series, which means that I'm sad to see it end, but I'm excited to see how Roshani Chokshi is going to wrap everything up, because I don't know how she's going to do it, but I trust that she is, because she writes such great books. I love all of her books that I've read so far. I think of Roshani Chokshi's books. I've read all of the Urusha books up to now, obviously. I've read the 2 books in the Gilded Wolves trilogy so far. I know that there's a 3rd one, but the 3rd one hasn't been released yet. I don't know when it's coming out. I'm assuming this year. But anyway, I am more excited for this book than I am for the third Gilded Wolves books, hence why this book is on this list and not the third Gilded Wolves books. Also because the third Gilded Wolves books doesn't have a release date or a title or anything like that. But anyway, I'm stalling because I don't want to explain to you the synopsis of this book because then I would spoil the previous 3 books. But all you need to know is that I'm so excited for this book. It comes out the 6th of April. I don't know if I said that before, but I'm so excited for this book. So yeah. The next book on this list also comes out the 6th of April, and it is The Infinity Courts, written by Akemi Bowman. Akemi Bowman typically writes YA contemporary, so this is her science fiction debut, and I am so excited for this book because of all of Akemi's previous books. All of them have been so good, so obviously I have high expectations for this one too. And like I said before, I love it when authors try out something new, like authors of a previous genre try out a new genre, or authors of a previous audience try out a new audience. You know what I mean? Maybe I didn't say that before. Anyway, I'm so excited for this book. I don't really remember what the synopsis is, to be completely honest, but I don't need to know that. All I need to know is that it's science fiction, it's YA, and it's written by Akemi Bowman, who is impeccable at writing. She is absolutely so good at writing, at crafting a world, at crafting characters. I bet you that this story is going to be absolutely amazing. If anything, it will be as good as Sky Hunter was. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm so excited for this book. So keep your eyes peeled for the 6th of April, 2021. The next book on this list is called Hazel Bleed in the Deep Blue Sea, written by Ashely Blake. I don't know specifically if this is supposed to be pronounced Hazel Bleed or Hazel Bly. I just went with Bleed because it rhymes with C. But anyway, this story is a middle grade contemporary, and it comes out the 25th of May, and I am so excited for it. Like Amanda Foody and Akemi Bowman, Ashely Blake is one of my favorite authors, so I am so excited for this book. I'm sure it'll be absolutely amazing, just like her previous middle grade contemporary books. So I'm so excited for this book. I think it's also sapphic, so we love to see it. I'm so excited. Even if it's not queer, I'm so excited for it because Ashely Blake has such a good reputation, so I'm sure this book is going to rip my heart out and stomp on it, which is a good feeling, by the way. I know that sounds like awfully violent or something, but trust me, that's a good feeling. Ashely Blake is so good at making you be emotionally attached to her characters, and I'm sure that this book will be no exception to that. So with that, I am so excited. Keep your eyes peeled for the 25th of May. The next book on this list is called An Emotional Great Delight, written by Tahereh Mafi. This book is YA contemporary, and it comes out the 1st of June. I am so excited for this book because Tahereh Mafi wrote A Very Large Expanse of Sea, which is one of my favorite YA contemporaries. So I'm sure that this book will be just as good as that book. I have such high expectations. Tahereh Mafi is such a beautiful, talented, wonderful author. So I'm sure that this book will be absolutely incredible. I'm sure that's going to give me like so much insight and stuff like that. I'm not sure completely what it's about, but I think that the protagonist is Muslim, the same way that the protagonist is Muslim in A Very Large Expanse of Sea. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure An Emotional Great Delight is set in like 2003 or something like that. So I'm so excited for it. I don't know if it's considered to be a companion novel to A Very Large Expanse of Sea or anything like that. I think that it can stand on its own, but if I'm wrong, let me know. Anyway, the book comes out the 1st of June, so keep your eyes peeled. I am so excited, so I hope that you too will also be excited. The next book on this list is called Legend of the Realm, written by Alexandra. This is the sequel to Sequels of the Wild Realm, which I read last year, and which was one of my favorite books of 2020. So, we love to see it. This book is middle grade fantasy, and I am so excited. I loved Sequels of the Wild Realm. It was absolutely so incredible. It had dragons in it. It had a strong female main character at its core. So I'm so excited to see where this character will grow in this book, I have such high expectations. You know what I mean? The cover is beautiful. I am so excited to see where these characters will grow from the first book. You know what I mean? I have such high expectations since Secrets of the Wild Realm was one of my favorite books of 2020. So I'm expecting this book to be one of my favorite books of 2021. I know that that's such a high bar since there are so many great books coming out in 2021, considering that I had to cap this list at 10 books, or else I would be talking about books that I'm excited for this year for like an hour and a half, and nobody wants that. But like, I am so excited for this book. It sounds absolutely incredible. So yeah, with that, it comes out the 15th of June, and I'm so excited, if you didn't know. The penultimate book on this list is called Wings of Shadow, written by Nikki Palpetra. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, but I hope so. If it's not how you pronounce her name, let me know. Anyway, this book is YA fantasy, and it's the conclusion to the Crown of Feathers trilogy, and it comes out the 13th of July, and I am absolutely so excited. This trilogy is so good and so underrated, and for what? It's absolutely so amazing. I'm not going to tell you what this trilogy is about, because since this book is the conclusion to the entire trilogy, if I told you the synopsis, it would spoil the first two books. But all you need to know is that this trilogy is absolutely so good. I read the second book in this trilogy early in 2020, which feels like it was ages ago. But yeah, I am so excited for this trilogy. The second book in this series was so much better than the first book, and I literally thought that nothing could top the first book because the first book was so good. So I have such high expectations for this one because I really think that this also can top what the second one was, and the second one was so good. So anyway, with that, 13th of July, and I am on it. I'm so excited. So yeah. The last book on this list comes out the 3rd of August, and it is Suns Will Rise, written by Jessica Brody and Joanne Rendell. For those who don't know, this is a YA science fiction retelling of Les Mis, and this book in particular is the conclusion to this trilogy. I am so excited for this book. I have no idea how these authors are going to wrap everything up because I have so many things to wrap up, but I am so excited to dive back into this world with these characters and this world building. Like, this setting is absolutely so good, and the characters are so well developed. These authors together are such wonderful, talented authors. I've never read anything previously by Joanne Rendell, but I've read a couple of books by Jessica Brody, but this book is definitely her best book. This series is so good, and it's so underrated as well. Like, for what? This series is so good. I absolutely love it. So I have such high expectations for this one. I'm expecting it to be 5 stars because with the previous books, the second one was better than the first one. So I'm expecting this book to be better than the second one. You know what I mean? So with that, the 3rd of August, here I come. So in conclusion, I'm looking forward to so many more books in 2021, but these books are my top 10. So with that, if you enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if we're looking forward to any of the same books. If we're not, comment down below what books you're looking forward to this year. And yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!